All right. So once again, welcome to this section. Let's get started. So like I said, we're going to be running a motion graphic for a cinema. That's what we're going to be doing today. First of all, we head over to Google, and then we have 1 hour for this class, so we are going to try as much as possible to finish up. We head over to Google, and we're going to get some movies that we want. So we're going to get some movies. So let's say we're working on 2026 movies. Let's say we're working on 2026 movies. We're going to first of all download the movies we want to use before we can head over to Canva, and then we start designing. So as I'm scrolling, any movie you see that is interesting to you, go ahead to comment on the comment section. So I will download the cover. I want to download the cover for the movies. Let's say we are going to use 5 movies or 6 movies. So if you see any movie you like, just go ahead and comment on the chat box. So I will download it. Meanwhile, I'm going to search the ones I already know, and then I'm going to start downloading from the ones I already know. If you have any movie suggestion, go ahead and comment on the chat so that I can download it for the design. Hope you guys can hear me, right? All right, so I want to download some cover page. I want to download some cover pages. After downloading the cover pages, I'm going to move it to Canva. That I'm going to upload it to Canva, and then we can start designing the motion graphics. So since you guys are not commenting, I'm not seeing any comments. So let me go ahead and download random movies, so we don't waste time on that. Okay. Miracle, okay, said Kingdom. All right, let me search for Kingdom. So the class is not going to be easy. I don't know if it's this one or this one. I think it's this one. Let me just go ahead and download this one. So like I said, the design is for a movie company, a cinema. So we're just going to get, let's assume we are getting the new movies they are displaying. So that's why I'm downloading random movie. I think this one is new also. Let me download this one. So we're going to kick off right now. So like I normally say, if you're downloading a picture for design, make sure the picture you are downloading is high quality. Make sure the picture is good. If the picture is not good, you're going to have issues with your design. It's not going to look nice. So anytime you are designing, once you are sourcing out for resources, make sure the resources you are getting is high quality images. And how do you know high quality images? Can someone tell me how you know high quality images? Anybody? Okay, let me just explain. So if you're getting high quality images, if you want to know what high quality images is, once you click on the picture over here, are you seeing this number here? This is the resolution of the picture. This is 250 by 370. That means this picture is low. The quality is low. So if you are to download a picture for a design, make sure the picture has high resolution. So that means the number should be high. Are you seeing this? If you are seeing this, give a thumbs up. The number shouldn't be less than. The number should be very, very high. Kinsley, do you have a question? Okay, so you have to download a high quality picture. Now, this particular picture here is 1382 by 2048. That means the quality is very, very high. So that's what I'm going to download. So that's how you check for high quality images. The numbers should be very, very high. The numbers should be very, very high. Shouldn't be less than. It shouldn't be less than 1,000 if you want to get high quality images. So that's what I'm doing currently. Now, the next thing we are going to do is we are going to head over to Canva, and then we can start designing the graphics. So like I say, what we are doing today is motion graphics. So motion graphics is different from normal graphics. Motion graphics can be used for like video editing and stuff. So we're going to use a proper layout, that's presentation layout, so that it has a landscape view, like a video. So I'm going to click on the create button, and I'm going to select presentation, which is this one, or landscape video. This presentation and this landscape video have the same resolution. This is 1920 by 1080 px. While this one is also 1920 by 1080 px. So if I'm selecting this or this, is the same size. But I normally choose this so that once I'm done with the designing, I can convert it to a video easily. So I'm going to select presentation, and then let's get started. So once you select the presentation, you should have something like this as the layout. That's video layout. Now, for this company, we have to decide if we want the color of the design to be dark, or depends on the genre of the movie. Let's assume all the movies we downloaded is like action movie. We can choose the background color that is meant for action movies. If it's horror movie, you can choose a background color that is meant for horror movies. Let's say dark red background or something like that. So let's assume we are working on horror movies. We're going to change this background color to dark red and black. So I'm going to click on the background color. Over here, you have the color. You click on it, and then you scroll down until you meet default gradient colors. Now I'm going to click on see all to know if I'm going to see a dark red and black. So this is dark red and black over here. I think this is going to work perfectly for the design. Now, once I'm done changing the background, let me zoom in a little bit. Once I'm done changing the background, I can start adding my frames and then importing those videos. Now, to import the videos you did on the Canva, you downloaded on Google, what you're going to do is, on the menu here, the left-hand side, you scroll down and you see upload. So you click on upload, and then you click upload file, upload files, and then it's going to open your, what's it called? Your laptop, that's your file manager, and you go ahead to select all those images you just downloaded. Go ahead and select all those images you downloaded. And once you're done selecting them, you just click open. That's on your phone, on your file manager. So once you click open, it's going to import all those videos. As you can see, it's importing those pictures. It's importing those pictures into your Canva. So over here, we have 5 pictures here. So we're going to run 5 pictures for the design. Now, from here onwards, you should pay attention. Now, on this menu bar, you can decide to change the name of the design here. This is Untitled Design Presentation. You can change the name to Movie Poster, or anything you want to change it to, just to name the design. Now, moving forward, I'm going to be adding frames. We're going to only use frames for this design. So I'm going to be adding frames. I'm going to scroll over to the Element tab. That's this place over here. Click on the Element tab and search for frame. Now, once I search for frame, I'm going to select the second one because I like the rounded corner. I like how the edges are rounded. This edges is rounded. But even if I select this particular one, I can still use my hand to round it. So let me just go ahead and do that for the people that are attending the class. Now I'm going to adjust the size of this because I want the movies to be showing properly. I want it to be showing properly. So I'm going to adjust that. And then I'm going to, let me assume I'm placing this at the center of the page like this. This is center of the page. This is center of the page. I'm going to click on this. On the menu here, this is rounding, corner rounding. So I'm going to click on corner rounding and increase the size. Once I'm increasing the size, the corners of the frame is curving. We normally do this in class. I'm just repeating this for people that are just joining the class. So I'm just going to round these corners just to give it a curve at the edge. If you're following so far, give a thumbs up. All right. Now, after that, the next thing I'm going to do is to reduce this size a little bit. I want to be seeing, let's say, I want to be seeing 3 pictures or 4 pictures on this page for the meantime. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to adjust this a little bit. Let me shift this to the edge like this. You are going to find out the reason I'm shifting this to the edge. Once you are done with the design, we will find out why I'm shifting it to the edge. Now, once I do this, I will now duplicate this, bring this one beside this one. Can you guys see my screen? David, why are you not seeing? I think it's your network, David. Okay, let's continue. I think it's your network. So I'm pushing this one to the edge of the screen. Remember, this is centered this is like centered, because once you are seeing this line, once you are seeing the line at the center, that means it's centered. This one also is centered. So I'm going to give it a space. I'm going to give a space. Now watch. Once I decide on the size to use, I'm not shifting this anymore. I'm not shifting it anymore. Reason being that I want the center one to be bigger, while the ones at the side is going to be smaller. Let me explain what I mean. Now, for example, if I place this at the center, hope you are seeing this horizontal line. That's the center of the page. These ones here should be smaller than the one at the center. So this card should be smaller than this card. I'm going to show you why I'm doing that very soon. This one should be smaller than this one. So it simply means that once we are done with the design, once we are scrolling the page, you understand why I am doing this right now. So just pay attention. This particular card is going to be smaller, while this center one is going to be always bigger. Now I'm going to duplicate this one also. To duplicate, all you have to do is you click on the card, and then you click on this icon here. This plus icon here is duplicate icon. That's what people are just joining. And if you have any question, just remember to ask the question. That's if you are just joining the class for the first time. Now, I cannot just place this here. I need to know that this space in between here and this space also is the same thing. So once I'm shifting it, I need to see the numbers. I need to see the numbers. So I'm going to see this 42, 42, or any number there to show you that the space in between is equal. You understand? Now, once I duplicate this one also, and I'm shifting it, I'm going to make sure that the space also is same. 42, 42, 42. Hope you guys are seeing what I'm doing. All right. Also, this goes to this one. I'm going to duplicate it once more, shift it. I should see another 42. So that means I have equal layered what's it called, designs. That means that this frame and this frame is the same space in between them. All the frames have the same space in between them. Now let's go ahead and continue what we are doing. Now, since we are done with the background, which is the red, dark red and black gradient color, and we are done with arranging the framing, the next thing we are going to do is we go back to the upload, this place, and then we are going to start adding the pictures one after the other. Now, I'm going to start with the first poster, which is Wednesday, this particular movie. Once I click on it, I drag it into the box like this. Are you seeing what I'm doing? All right. So that's the first picture. And remember, this center one is bigger than these ones. Once we start animating it, you understand the reason why we are doing this right now. Now go back to upload, select the second image. This second image, place it here. So it's not showing properly because it's falling off, which is not a problem. Back to upload, we select the third image, place it here. Click on the second, the what's it called? Are you seeing my screen? Are you seeing my screen? Anybody that's not seeing my screen, I think it's your network, because if at some point others will complain. So if it's only you that's not seeing my screen, that means it's your network. All right. I need to see my screen. Give thumbs up. Okay. So it's from your network. So I'm done importing all the movies I want. And hope you are following the arrangement. This is the first picture. This is second picture, third picture, fourth picture, and fifth picture. So these ones are falling off. Now, once we are done with this, the next thing we are going to do is we start the rearrangement. Remember, I told you guys we have 1 hour for this class. So I'm going to be as fast as possible. If you have any question at some point, you can always ask questions. It's not a problem. Just pay attention to what we are doing. Now, once we are done with this arrangement, we are good to go with the animations. Now, to do the animations, we need to duplicate the pages. Since we have 5 pictures, that means we have 5 pages. Are you following? Are you guys following? All right. This class is simple. It's very, very simple. But once we are done with it, with the design, we understand why I said it's simple. Now, since we are done with the first arrangement, which is the first page, we can proceed to other things by duplicating the page. So let's go ahead and duplicate this. So to duplicate this page, over here at the downside, you click on the 3 dots, and then you click duplicate page. Now, if you're using a laptop, you could also do Control D. You can also do Control D to duplicate, or you can just go to this menu here, these 3 dots, like I said, and you click on duplicate page. Now, if you're using a mobile device. Now, this is page 1 and page 2. Now, the design we're making is simply, let me explain the design we're making. These movies are going to be sliding. We're going to make a sliding effect to display different movies. So that means for the first page, this Wednesday is going to be here. But for the second page, this Wednesday is going to be here. And for the second page, this one now will replace this Wednesday. And this Wednesday will shift to here. Why this kingdom will shift to here? You understand what I'm saying? You guys understand what I'm saying? So we are going to be shifting the posters one after the other, depending on the page. So this is page 1. The Wednesday is here. For page 2, the Wednesday will be here. Why the other one should be shifting one after the other? So let's get started with that. Now, for the page 2, like I said, the Wednesday should be here and the kingdom should be here. So let's first of all add the kingdom. The kingdom should be here. And then the Wednesday should be here. And then this Ice Age should replace the Wednesday. While this Michael Jackson should replace the Ice Age. And now, this one on the first page, this Mortal Kombat that is here is going to be at the last page. The Mortal Kombat is going to be on the last page. So this is page 1 and this is page 2. Hope you guys are understanding what's happening. Are you understanding what's happening? Okay, now for the page 3, let's go ahead and duplicate page 2 for the page 3. Like I said, if you want to duplicate, just click on the 3 dots here and then you click duplicate page. Or if you're using a laptop, you can also do Control D. Just click on this and do Control D. Now, for the third page, the Ice Age is shifting. Wednesday is also shifting. Let's go ahead and do that. Now, Wednesday is shifting to this last place. Ice Age is shifting to here. The Michael Jackson will be here. This Mortal Kombat replace the Michael Jackson. And then since the Wednesday, since the kingdom is here, that means the kingdom is going to move to the last page for this particular page. Hope you are seeing what I'm doing. This is page 1, this is page 2, this is page 3. Now in the same process, let's go ahead and duplicate page 3, and then we have page 4. Now we are shifting the Ice Age to this place. Ice Age to this place, and then the Michael Jackson to this place, Michael Jackson to this place, and then Mortal Kombat to this place, and then the Kingdom is going to replace Mortal Kombat here. And then what's missing? Wednesday, right? So we are going to add Wednesday to this last place. Wednesday. So over here, the page 3, the Wednesday is already falling off. In the page 4, the Wednesday comes to the back. Hope you guys are understanding what I'm doing. All right. Now for the 5th page, which is the last page, we also go ahead and duplicate for the 5th page, and then we repeat the same process. Michael Jackson is now moving to the edge. Michael Jackson move to the edge. Remember to drag the picture inside the frame. Don't touch the frame. Don't shake anything. Just move it inside the frame. Mortal Kombat is following next. Mortal Kombat is following next. Kingdom is coming to the center of the page. Wednesday is following. And then what's missing? Ice Age. Now Ice Age is going to move to the last place. Now, since we are done with this, the next page, this is the 5th page, which we are done with the 5 pictures. If you want it to be a loop, like a continuous loop, that's if it's moving forever. We are going to add extra page, which is this particular page, which is page 1, so that the Wednesday we move from here to the page 1 to this center again, just like in the page 1. Are you seeing it? So we have to we have to duplicate the page 1 also. And now, if you duplicate the page 1, this is page 1, this is page 1. We are going to move this page, this second one, we are going to move it to the last page, that's page 6. So to move it, you just drag it from here, you move it to the last page. We just move it to the last page. So we have Wednesday here also to the center for the page 6. So that means this page 1 is also the page 6, so that we have a continuous loop. Hope you guys understand. So page 1 is this, page 2, Ice Age moves, and then page 3, Michael Jackson comes to the center, page 4, Mortal Kombat comes to the center. It's just moving like a card. Page 6, the Wednesday comes back, just like in page 1. Are you guys following? Are you following? Now, if the design you're making is long, if you want the design to be long, you just have to keep on duplicating the page. Since we have Wednesday, that's page 1 here, we have it here as page 6. Now the page 2 here, we duplicate it, move it to page 7. The page 3 here, we make it page. Do you understand what I'm saying? So page 1 with page 6, page 2 with page 7, page 3 with page 8, page 4 with page 9, page 5 with page 10, just like starting afresh. So we have page 1 to 5. Now, if you want it to repeat itself, let's just go ahead and do it since we have time. We have like 20 minutes to go. So let's just go ahead and do it. So I'm going to duplicate page 2, and then I move it to the last place, which is page 8. So page 2 becomes page 8. Page. Okay, since we have page here, page are you hearing me? All right, my network is glitched, so don't worry about that. I'm back. So page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5. Now page 1 again, just like duplicating this and bringing it here. Page 2 again, we duplicate it and bring it here. Page 3 again, this is page 3, Michael Jackson at the center, we bring it here. Page 4 again, we duplicate page 4, I'll move it to the back also. Now, if you're moving this, pay attention to what you're doing so you don't make mistakes. So we have page 3, page 4, page 4, and then page 5, kingdom again. We move kingdom again, duplicate it and move it to the back. So kingdom, kingdom. So that means we're going to have a loop. So it's going to loop that's 2 times. That means this particular page, we're going to loop it 2 times. And if you want it to continue looping, depending on the, like if you're making an advert for cinema, this shouldn't waste time. Once it loops the first time or the second time, it should stop. And then you see some write-ups about the company and stuff like that. So I think it's okay we duplicate just once. So we have 10 pages in total. That's page 1 to 5 times 2. So we repeat the process. Are you guys following so far? If you're following, give a thumbs up before we continue the animation. All right. So now for the animation, it's very, very simple in Canva. We don't need to stress much with the animation. Who can tell me the animation, the best animation to use for this? Anybody? Anybody? Can anybody tell me the best animation to use? If you have been following the class, I think you should be familiar with this by now. Can anybody tell me what's the best animation to use for this? Miracle said slide. Who else? Miracle, I'm going to add slide, then you know if slide is correct. EKH Kokoli said slide. Okay, let's go ahead and do the animation. Let's see if it's slide. Now, if you want to add animation to these pages, what you're going to do is you come in between the pages here. Once you bring your mouse in between the pages here, in between, you see this add transition, this button here, add transition. You click on add transition, and then you see slide. Can you see slide? Are you seeing slide? All right. Now let's see if slide is going to work. Now if I add slide to this page, if I click slide and then I scroll down, and then this is direction I want it to slide to the left. If I want it to slide to the right, I'll select this one. If I want it to move to the left, so I select this one. And then I scroll down further. And I click apply between pages. That's to add it in between all the pages. Let's see if it's going to work properly. If it doesn't work, then we'll use another animation. So to check if it works, I'm going to click on present over here. And then let's see what happens. So as you can see, are you seeing what's happening? It's not working. It's not proper. It's not moving properly. So I wanted to just show you that slide is not going to work. That's why I applied slide. So slide is not going to work for this kind of effects. You can do slide only when you are working with the same page. It actually slides, but it's not the effect we want. It's not smooth. So let's go back to the animation by going to the center, clicking this, and then instead of choosing slide, I'm going to select match and move. So I'm going to use match and move for this design. Are you guys following? I'm going to use match and move. I'm not going to use slide. So match and move is the best for this design. Match and move is the best. If the design is moving, if you want it to synchronize, you're going to use match and move. And now you're going to set the duration you want it to be. If you want it to take 1 minute, 1 second, if you want it to take 1 second to slide, you add 1 second. If you want it to waste time, if you want it to be fast, you can do 0.5. Are you seeing how fast it is? If you want it to be slow, you could do 2.5 seconds. Are you seeing it? But I think for this design, perfect duration to use, depending on the speed you want, is 1 second or 1.5 seconds. 1 second or 1.5 seconds, because like I said, it's an advert. You shouldn't be wasting time on adverts, because once you waste time on adverts, the person that is watching is going to swipe away. He's not going to watch the advert completely. So you have to be very, very fast. So I'm going to be using 1 second for this. So that means we have page 1 to page 5, that's 5 seconds. Page 5 to page 10, another 5 seconds. That's 10 seconds in total. That's okay for an advert. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to add match and move, and I'm going to set it to 1 second time frame. And I'm going to select apply between all pages. Are you guys following? Are you guys following? All right. So we have match and move for all 5 pages. Now we are going to present again. So you see the difference between match and move and slide. Now this is match and move. Are you seeing how it goes? Hope you are seeing how it goes. Are you seeing how it goes? All right. So it's smoother than the sliding because it slides. All the movie cards are moving simultaneously, but on the slide, it's not moving simultaneously. So that's the difference between match and move. So slide doesn't work in this type of design, but match and move works perfectly. So we're going to use match and move for the design, and then I'm going to present once again. But before that, let me go ahead and add something to all the pages, which is the company's name on the center of the page. So to do that, we just click on the text. At the menu here, we click on text, and then we add a subheading. Now bring the text to the top side. Reduce the font a little bit, depending on what you're working on. And then we're going to change this right up to, let's say, Viva Cinema 2026. Let's say 2026 release. And then let me just go ahead and change the font so that it looks a little bit nice. I'm going to change the font by clicking this place, this section here, and I'm going to select something else. Let me just go ahead with Montserrat or Poppins. I think that should work. Let me go with Montserrat. So now, since I added this to the center of the page, I'm going to do Ctrl+C to copy it. Go to page 2, click on this red space, do Ctrl+V to paste it. Go to page 3, click on this red place, paste it. Page 4. So I'm doing it for all the pages. Remember, if you are designing the first page, you can also add everything you want on the first page before changing the pictures. I just wanted to go straight to the point. That's why I didn't add the text from the beginning. But since we still have time, let me just go ahead and make the design look a little bit complete. So we are doing this for all the pages, like I said, and then we are done. So that's page 1 to page 10. Now the next thing we are going to do is, like I said, since we are working on horror movies, let's assume we're working on horror movies, and we have red and black gradient color for the background. Let's go ahead and add something to the background also. We go to the elements, we search for, let me see if we can get horror. So we go to the elements, click on the elements, we search for horror. Let me see if we can get something on horror. Now, if we can get something on horror, under photos. So we search for horror under photos, and then, as you can see, we have horror under photos. We have this picture that is like blood. We also have these 3. So I'm going to go for the 3. I think the 3 is going to look nicer than the what's it called? The other background. So let me go for 3. So I'm going to pay attention to this. Make sure you don't drag the 3 to the. Make sure you don't drag it inside the frame. So to do that, just place it at downside. Once you place that downside, you reduce the size a little bit. Bring it up, reduce the size a little bit. Make sure it doesn't enter the frame. Watch what I'm doing. Once you are done reducing the size, and then you see that all the pictures enter the downside without entering the frame. Are you seeing what I'm doing? Are you guys seeing what I'm doing? Now you reduce the size of the background until it reaches here. It's not inside the frame. And once it's complete here, the size of the picture is here completely. Now from the edges, from the edge like this, you drag it open to cover this page. Are you seeing what I'm doing? Do you guys see what I did? So once the size of the picture enters here comfortably without entering the frame, you click on it. Once you are done reducing the size, you now, from the edge, you drag it open and cover the whole page. But if you drag it directly, it's going to enter inside the frame, which you don't want that. But if you move it to the downside and then you drag it open, automatically it covers the whole page. Now, once it covers the whole page, the next thing you're going to do is you go to the positioning, which is here. You click on position, and then once you click on position, you send it to the back. Send it to the back. Once you send it to the back, you have something like this. Send it to the back, and then since you want to still maintain, that dark red and that black color, that initial color, we are going to reduce the transparency of this by clicking here. And then we'll reduce transparency depending on what you want. You can reduce it to 70%, 50%, depending on what you want, like I said. Let me do 60% and see how it looks. I see how it looks. So you are still maintaining that red and black color and also having that background color. So it's like dark, but it has those trees inside of it. And now once you are done with this, don't click here. Don't move out of the background. Even if you move out of the background, just click on the background from here. The reason being that you are going to copy it, Ctrl+C. You are going to come to the next page, click on it, do Ctrl+V to paste it, and then position, send to the back. So the transparency is going to be like that. The same goes for the third page. Click on this, do Ctrl+V also, position, and then send to the back. So that's how we're going to be doing it for all the pages. Like I said, we are assuming that all the movies are horror movies. Like I said, if all the movies are about what's it called, like holiday, then the background color should be about holiday also. It shouldn't be dark. It should be like maybe the beach or something like that. So it depends on the movies you are advertising. So like I said, move it one after the other. Move it one after the other. Page 9, the same process. Move it, and then the last page, which is page 10, also we send it to the back. So we have these full pages of horror movies. Now, let me teach you something again. Are you guys paying attention? Give me a thumbs up if you're paying attention. We have 5 minutes to go, so let me just teach you something else. Now, if you're working on different movies, let's say, for example, this is first one, Wednesday. Wednesday is a horror movie. We can use this red background for the horror movie. Ice Age is not a horror movie. You can decide to use a different theme color entirely for the Ice Age because it's not a horror movie. Same goes to Michael Jackson. So let's say we are using red color for horror movies, and then we are going to select different backgrounds for different movies. So now for the Ice Age, we can go ahead to look for something like cartoon. We can search on the Elements tab. We can search for cartoon background. Or another thing we could do is we can search for another background that has, let's say let me go ahead and go to Google and show you what I mean. Are you guys see my screen? Now I can search for Ice Age. And then I can search for ice background. Since it's Ice Age, I could just search for Ice Age background image. Background image. I could just search for, yes, perfect. This is perfect. Let me just go ahead and add it to the design so you see what I mean. Now, since we are advertising Ice Age for the second movie, we search for IS8 background image, and then we download this picture. Let me show you what I'm going to do with the picture. Go back to Canva, and then we upload this background image we downloaded. Upload, and then we select the IS8 background image. Now, once we add the background image to the design, the same process. Don't drag it inside the frame. You reduce the size to the edge like this, and then you open it. Open it to cover the whole page. After that, you position it to the back. Are you understanding what I'm doing? Hope you guys are understanding what I'm doing. So this thing I'm doing right now is just to accommodate all the movies. So if you want to accommodate all the movies, Wednesday, you can search for Wednesday background. For IS8, you search for IS8 background. Let's just go ahead and finish up this design. But since we don't have much time, I'm going to delete page 10, page 9, page 8, page 7, and page 6. So we have 5 pages only so that we can finish up. But like I said, if you want it to be longer and if you want it to look, just duplicate and then place it at the back so that it duplicates. So for Wednesday, let's go back to Google and search for Wednesday. Wednesday movie background image. Exactly. Hope you guys are following. Are you guys following? All right. So Wednesday, like I said, the numbers of the resolution should be high. So watch out for this number. It shouldn't be lower than 1,000. 1,000 by any number. So it should be 1,000 by 1,000 or more to show you that it's high quality. So you should use high quality pictures for your designs, like I said. So we have Wednesday. I've downloaded Wednesday. The next movie we have is what? Michael Jackson. So let's go ahead and search for Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. We do this. We download this. This resolution is 6,000 by 3,000, which is high quality image. We download that also. What's the next movie? The next movie we have is what? Mortal Kombat. So let's do Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. Hope you guys are paying attention to what we are doing. So we use Mortal Kombat also. 4,000 by 1,080. That's high quality image. We download Mortal Kombat. And then the last picture we have is what? Kingdom. I don't know if I can see Kingdom though. Let me search for Kingdom. Kingdom. So this design we are making right now is like, let's say this is like a professional advanced, it's an advanced design. It's not for beginners. So if you can learn this, it's going to come in handy. So you should practice perfectly. And then once you get the perfect result you're looking for, it's actually a nice and it's a professional design. Do you understand? So I've downloaded all the pictures I need. I'll go to upload again and start uploading them one after the other. Now I'm going to select the pictures I downloaded. Let me go ahead and do that fast. Wednesday, Michael Jackson. Wednesday, Michael Jackson. What else? Mortal Kombat. Kingdom. I think that's it. Okay, so I have them over here. Hope you guys are following. Are you guys following? All right. Now let's go back to page 1, which is Wednesday. I'm going to go ahead and delete this. And I'm also going to go ahead and delete the background image. Since we're using the movie background, I'm going to select Wednesday. Like I said, make it to be small, drag it to the edge of the screen like this. You can drag it to this side though. Anywhere you want to drag it. Then you expand it. Hope you guys are seeing my screen. All right. Now, once you drag it, like I said, position and send to the back. position and send to the back. Ice Age, we're already done with Ice Age, right? Position and send to the back. The transparency, you can decide to reduce the transparency, but since it's background image, you should leave it at 100%, so it's going to be visible. So we are done with Wednesday. We are done with Ice Age. The next one we are doing is Mortal Kombat. So we do Mortal Kombat also. Mortal Kombat. Reduce the size. Oh, this is Michael Jackson, not Mortal Kombat. All right, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. Reduce the size. Move it to the downside. Go ahead and delete this one since we are not using it. And then place it to the edge. Make sure it's at the edge of the page, oh, and then you drag and open it to cover the screen. Now, positioning, send to the back. Hope you understand. Mortal Kombat, the same thing. Go ahead and delete this. And then select Mortal Kombat poster. Reduce it, move it to the downside so that it doesn't enter inside the frame. And then open up. Now, as you can see, Mortal Kombat is more like landscape. The landscape is too much. So if you zoom in, don't zoom in like that. What you're going to do is, before you even start zooming in, since you're seeing that is like the landscape is too much, you can just crop it. Let me show you what I mean by that. You can just crop it out. That means you can just reduce the size by cropping it a little bit, just to make it not to be too long. That's the landscape. So once you are done with cropping it, that's if the landscape is too much, then you now zoom it, so you don't have any problem with it. And then position to the back also. So we have that. And then the last page we have is Kingdom. Let's go ahead and do Kingdom. Kingdom, we reduce the size, move it to the edge, and then we zoom in. So as you can see, all the posters I downloaded is perfect, except Mortal Kombat. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this particular Mortal Kombat, and then I'm going to look for another one because I don't want this design to turn out bad. So I'm going to look for Mortal Kombat again, because that one we used, the landscape is too much. Like as you can see, it's too long. Hope you are seeing it is too long. So let's go ahead and look for another one that is not too long. This is, what's the resolution for this? This is like 2007 by 1555. So this is good. So let's go ahead and use this. I've downloaded it, move back to Canva, and then upload. Remember to upload. Let me go ahead and upload it so that we can just replace it. So now I've successfully uploaded it to Canva back. So we have this. Reduce the size, bring it down to the edge of the screen, and then you can then zoom in. Position to the back. Hope you guys are following so far. Hope you guys are following so far. Give me a thumbs up if you are following so far. So now the next thing we are going to do is we are going to replace the write-up. We are going to change the write-up depending on the color of the background. So here the background is dark, so we have white write-up, which is okay. Here the background is not that dark, so we have white write-up, which is okay. Here the background is dark, white write-up, which is okay. Over here, the background is white, so this write-up should be dark. So we'll go ahead to make it darker a little bit so that it can display the write-up properly. For this one also, this one is also good. You can decide to add a shape behind the write-up. For example, I can decide to add a shape behind the company write-up. Let's say a square. As if you feel like the write-up is not showing properly, you could add a square and then you put it behind the write-up. So I can decide to just do this. Add it here. Here we have the write-up. Something like this. Are you seeing what I'm doing? Hope you guys are seeing what I'm doing. So you can add a square to make the write-up to display properly. So let me go ahead and copy that. Let me do it for all the pages. For this one also, I'm going to paste it, position it backwards. I'm not sending it to the back, I'm sending it backwards. Do you understand? So that the write-up can be on top of it. If you send it to the back, it's going to move behind this poster, this background, it's going to move behind the background. Since I'm positioning it behind the text, I'll go ahead and change the text back to white so that it shows properly. So we have everything is showing properly. This one also, we don't need it because the background is already dark. This one also, we need it so that it shows properly. Position backwards, shows properly. This one also is dark, so we don't need it. So we have page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, and page 5. Hope you guys are following so far. Are you guys following? All right. Now, let's go ahead and present again once more. We are already, this is 9:32, so we have exhausted the 1 hour. Let's go ahead and present and see how it looks. So we have page 1. Let's go for page 1. This is page 1. This is page 2, ISH. Page 3, Michael Jackson. Page 4, Mortal Kombat. Page 5, Kingdom. So that turned out very, very nice. Hope you guys are seeing what we're doing so far. So that's how you run motion graphics for a movie company. Hope you understand. Now, if you feel like you want to convert this to a video, you can convert it to a video directly from this place. You can convert it to a video. And once you convert it to a video, automatically you cannot edit it again. So before you convert it to a video, you have to make sure that you are done with everything you are doing. You have to make sure that you are done with everything you are doing before you convert to a video. That means once you download it as a video, you can only use it directly for the adverts. So we are going to go ahead and then we are going to export it. To export it, go ahead and click on share. That's for the newcomers. Scroll down a little bit. You see download. Click on download. Over here, we change this PDF to video, MP4 video, and then you can save it. You can save it. If you're using a paid Canva version, you can save it to highest quality, which is 4K. That's to maintain the high quality. If you are not using a paid version, you can only download 1000p, which is also high quality, which is HD version. Hope you guys understand what I'm saying. Also, if you're using a paid version and you want to edit straight, you want to change it to a video directly, you could just click on resize, or I suggest the best thing to do is for you just to export it as a video, and then if you want to edit it again, you can just access this one without any issues. Now, if you have a question, go ahead and ask the question. If not, you just make a review about the class and then we end the class. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Any questions? If you don't have a question, go ahead and unmute your mic and tell us what you want, what you like about the design and what you learned today. That's one after the other, starting from Luhu, Jane. Jane, go ahead and then tell us what you learned or what you like about the design and what you learned.
I learned how to make a movie poster and how I can animate it to move from one to another. And I also like the background about the movies shown from the frames.
All right. Richard, are you there?
Yes.
What do you have to say?
I liked how you put every background behind the movie that was showing.
All right. Miracle, okay. What do you have to say? Anything you have to say? Do you have anything to say? Kamsi Ochuku,
Yeah.
what do you have to say? Do you have any comments on it?
I learned how to make an ad.
I can't hear Kamsi.
I
Who else? Emanuela, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I liked how the sliding mechanism that like changes from slide to slide kind of looks like something you'd see on like Netflix or like Disney when you're like scrolling through the movies.
All right, that's incredible. Ikechukwu Okoli, anything to say? And then Ikechukwu, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I like the way you animated the different movies, changing places and switching backgrounds to match their
All right.
themes.
Mr. Chino. Mr. Chino, are you there? Are you active? All right, guys. So this is what we did today. Like I said, remember to use the best effects. Remember to use the best effects for any design. So like I said, it's not slide. You don't use slide for this because it's just going to slide the whole page. So you have to use match and move so that it slides per card. Let me go ahead and display it once more. Then after that, give a thumbs up and then we are done with the section. So this is the first page, slides to the second page, slides to the third page, slides to the fourth page. So hope you guys enjoyed this section. If you enjoyed the section, go ahead and give a thumbs up and then we're done with the class. Thank you very much for attending this class. I'll see you guys next week. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Chino, for attending the session.